Hello everyone, this is Wasif. I am from Portland, Oregon, trying to make an introductory video about my YouTube channel. This channel I am going to include videos from what interest me in making, like, for example, like fixing things, um, talking about cars, talking about technology, talking about things that a lot of people like to use YouTube for. Some of them include big, do it yourself videos, like things that most people um, like to know before they actually start doing something on their own, like learning videos. Um, I'm just not sure it's going to be just a specific channel. It's going to be based on a lot of things that a lot of people uh, like to learn, and including me. Um, and I will try to make it better um, than other people based on my uh, tech skills. Um, right now, I'm in car sales. I've worked in consulting. I've also worked in a technology firm um, like Intel. Um, I have been doing sales for about 14 years, so I have extensive background on how to sell things. A lot of people don't know, um, it's not very easy job. A lot of people don't have the patience for it. Sales in general is more rewarding, but it's also a lot of work. A lot of people uh, just don't have the stamina or energy to do sales. It's also people's job, so it's you have to be great with people. Um, you have to be in service. Like you have to be interested in helping people. It's not like if you are here for putting in your hours, you don't want to do above and beyond or push yourself to your maximum. Like, for example, give you an example, sales, you have to work um, long hours. Like, it's not like you can take breaks uh, when you're with the customer. You have to start and finish what their needs are, and then you can take your break. When you are clocking in, you are literally uh, planning your day, how you're going to proceed, and basically the more work you put into, the more rewarding it will be. So that's a little bit of tidbit on sales. It's not like you can just work your hours and go home and expect consistent pay. A lot of people who are in sales don't know that that they're putting the seed for future. Sometimes you just talk to somebody, you're nice to them, and they remember you, and they will um, look for you when they need help. So if you expecting instant results, that doesn't always happen. So and of course, people appreciate help, and not everybody's going to appreciate your help. Some people are just not familiar with this concept of sales. I mean, they don't understand. It's a service industry. You are there to help them, and in return, you're expecting them to ask for you and consider you for help. So, I mean, that's part of the sales. So, you do not want to worry about little. proportion of people who will do that. With sales, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to talk to people, um, and like for example, I when I was in computer sale, I got customers. Even though I was in sales, knowing very well that my job is to sell computers, came to me and I started asking me questions about how to fix their computer. And I mean, you try your best to answer it, but at the same time, you're not supposed to take um, a job away from a technician. That means the guys who are in your service department who are supposed to help um, guests or customers uh, resolve their issues. And if you really, I mean, it's something as simple as advice, you can just give that. But if somebody really wants to know how to do it and they just don't want to spend the money to troubleshoot or diagnose, you have to direct them to the service. It's not your place to um, do service while you're in sales. Um, a lot of people understand that, but there are always going to be some people who would try to take advantage of sales stuff because they know um, they have friendly people who would try their best to, uh, I mean, on their business. But that doesn't mean that they're going to troubleshoot or fix their computers. Same thing goes for cars. A lot of people have technical questions, and again, you try your best to answer it, but you're not going to fix their car. If somebody is trying to know what is going on with their car, you're going to have to take them to the service department, or um, direct them toward there. A lot of people um, understand that, but it's still sales is sales. If somebody wants to know something about cars, of course, you're going to tell them. Um, you need to know your competition. If you are selling cars, for example, you need to know what other manufacturers are doing. Uh, you need to know a lot of things. Sometimes you just need to know what um, sets the brand you are representing. So, for example, um, a little while back, I had a customer. We had refurbished computers, Fujitsu. A lot of people in my department were not really, salespeople were not too keen on selling refurbished computers. Um, I love refurbished computers. Uh, I knew there were the good bargains, and I knew, um, refurbished computer means they replace certain parts and they put back to new condition. They don't look like they're used, and they're great deals. They're high quality hardware, and they would um, meet customers' expectation. And of course, if somebody buys a refurbished computer, they only come with a like 90-day warranty. So people are interested in protecting themselves, and they purchase extended service contract. Those are um, literally making those computers better than new computers i- in a coverage, and still saving customers a lot of money. So I love them. I um, and one of the ways I would learn about those things is by buying refurbished computers and just using them. It's not like it's kind of like very hard to sell something if you don't have personal experience with them. Like say, for example, if you don't know the cool features, like say for example, I love the screen on the Fujitsu. It was really beautiful. It's like had extremely good colors. A lot of people um, who haven't seen the Fujitsu screen, laptop screens, um, they had no idea. Like Sony screens were really pale instead of compared to the Fujitsu screen. Fujitsu was extremely high contrast, really nice screens, but you have to show them, and then people look at it. If somebody's coming in on a sale um, price, like they're only focused on price, and you show them the value in refurbish laptop and see how nice the picture looks, how good of a value it is, and most people will say, we didn't see that, and they'll say, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, and they will buy from you. They're not You're not selling them something that's inferior. I mean, it's actually a superior value. I mean, if somebody's coming on price and they're looking for ad item, doesn't necessarily mean they are all aware of the significance. For example, we used to get people who see the memory price and they come in, and then you have to explain the difference between timing on the memory. Most people don't even know that different memory has different timing. And I mean, it wasn't that much more to sell a name brand memory with better timing for a little bit more. Well, it's all about educating people, like letting them know what's the difference is. You just have to know. Of course, at the same time, when everyone was selling components, there were people who were very knowledgeable, like extremely knowledgeable, and they would try to um, I mean, they were really good with customers too, but they were not really good salesmen. I mean, they would talk about all these things, but they were really not selling anything because they they were just too involved with selling, not even selling, talking about things, and that's not salesmanship. Salesmanship is um, you're talking about the product, you're building interest in the product, but at the same time you're managing your time. You are um, literally saving a customer time. At the same time, you're not wasting your time. Time efficiency is super critical in sales. You have to talk to people, you have to tell them what is good value, and why it is, and then give them few seconds to decide. um, if they are um, not interested in your help, that's fine. You move on to the next person. That's how it used to be. Certain sales, or like especially when you are talking about so many people. Like when I worked for Fry's Electronics, there were like a lot of people coming in and out. You talk to people and you try to help them, and most people know that you know what you're talking about, and they respect that. Now, once in a while, you get people that I know more than you, and who are you? And that situation, just okay, no problem. If you feel like you have a question, you can ask me. This is what I do, and I'm definitely uh, aware of what I'm selling. And if you have any technical questions, you can come and ask me. But there are a lot of people, and who really do appreciate that, because certain businesses just don't have knowledgeable stuff. And Fry's Electronics used to be one of the best when it comes to a lot of eh, knowledgeable people who work for them, and the only way they retain them is because of their commission structure. They paid more. I mean, they really did pay very well. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. Um, for example, I mean, this is a little inside memory. First year I worked at Fry's Electronics, I made more than my best year at Intel. I mean, that's pretty big. Um, I mean, most people think now, um, how can it be? I mean, I had my coworkers from Intel come in and they look at it. Oh, you work at Verizon Electronics. Um, sorry. I mean, I said, why? I mean, I'm very happy. First of all, they know my numbers, know nobody is gonna judge me or trying to um, uh, make me feel little, um, just because I have difference of opinion. Like I don't socialize with people outside of work. That doesn't mean, you know, I should be treated differently. Um, I mean, I'm a good worker. I do my job. I don't mind putting hours, and I like to finish whatever I'm given. I'm not leaving that in the middle, and you're still going to judge me because um, I'm not socializing enough, I guess. And some people are really good, but I'm focused on my work. Anyway, that was uh, past, but future is like I've been doing sales for 14 years, and I've been good with that. I mean, never any problem. I mean, working hard and having good numbers, and people saw it. I mean, they were like, this guy is a hard worker. He knows what he's doing, and he's adapting to situations, but he's not really, um, you know, trying to what you call uh, ask for favors or anything like that. He's just like doing his job. So yeah, that's one of those things, and it shows rewarding. Like it's very rewarding to be in sales. So not saying it's for everybody. Um, I had few colleagues in the past, and they started doing the same thing, but they were not able to handle sales pressure. So if you like to be in sales, be ready. Sales is not for everyone. Sales is also um, what you call um, long hours. Um, Sometimes, I mean, it depends what you're selling. If you're selling, for example, little stuff, less rewarding, and it's more consistent but less rewarding. So you're putting a lot of hours, a lot of energy, you're talking a lot, and you start selling a small commission, a small margin. Like for example, if I sold a memory, I make maybe dollar. Okay, one $50 memory, make a dollar. That's not a lot of money. You're gonna have to sell just um, eight of those to make, no, actually 10 of those now to make a minimum wage. I mean, that's not easy. Like that's hard, uh, but it adds up. So typical, um, my first month, for example, I was selling about, um, I was top in my department. I was doing um, a lot of sales. I sold a lot of components, and it adds up. I mean, like $1,000. I mean, talking about 14 years ago. I mean, uh, in a week, that's very good. You make 48 some $1,000 in commission, and hourly, of course, they paid you that too. But that's pretty good. Computers even better. Then you have audio video, that's even better. But of course, the bigger items generally have less frequency. You don't sell as many, but the rewards are bigger, and it takes more effort to sell bigger items. So if you somebody expects, like, I want to sell houses. Oh, wow, you want to sell houses? Okay. You know how often people sell houses? I mean, it's not like you're going to sell two or three houses in a day. I mean, you're going to sell one house a month, maybe two. If you're really good, you might sell one house a week. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that one of my coworkers is selling houses, and he sold 52 houses, which is very good. And I mean, we really learned the system, joined the firm. He's part of that. That's pretty good, but it's not that easy. Consistency is not that good when it comes to more expensive items. Like for example, cars. You sell 20 cars. That's pretty good. Not everybody sells it. Um, some people are really good. Like one of my coworkers sold 50 cars in a month or 46, something like that. But that's pretty damn good um, for a car salesman in a month. I've never done that. The most I've done is 20 cars, and I would love to do that, but it's not that easy. First of all, I mean, small ticket item sales, you don't do follow up, you don't do anything like that. You have to build yourself. For example, if you are selling um, computers, I mean, it's very easy. People can use credit cards, they can just buy that stuff. They don't need to have a credit approval, loan approval, or anything like that. I mean, you can sign them up for a credit card, but that's still much easier to get than a loan for a car. You have a lot more strict requirements. You have to have certain income, and you know payments are higher, so it's not that easy. Not everybody decides to buy cars like they can buy a computer. So if you sell 3 cars in a day, that's super good. It's called hat trick, and I've done it a few times, uh, but it's not easy. Uh, but you know, yeah, if you did, everybody did 3 cars a day, that would be, yeah, 60 cars in a month. But that doesn't happen uh, because it takes a lot of time. You have to have uh, a lot of control over the process. It's not that easy. Sometimes you just have two guests, you can't handle them. Both of them want to test drive a car. You're not going to be able to split yourself into. Some people are really good at multitasking and they manage their time. They have ways to handle it. Uh, but of course, um, uh, it's tough because everybody wants their um, um, them treated better. You can't just help them and uh, ignore the other person. You have to really uh, handle in such a way, delicate way that mm, neither one of them feel like you're um, wasting their time. One time at my computer floor, I had like 3 guests. They all wanted to wait for me. I mean, we had 15 salespeople. They all watched me sell three different customers. They weren't waiting for me. They liked me, and they said, "Yeah, no problem. We'll wait for you. Let's finish up and help us." And other salespeople were not busy, and they were really, really trying to get into those sales. It was funny watching it, but it happened, and I was like instantly laughing at, like how things are sometimes because I treated them nicely and they liked me and they wanted to wait for me, and that was it. I mean, even the manager came in after, well, talked to me like, what's going on? And because everybody was pestering, and I said, well, I helped them. They came back. They're willing to wait for me, and I, I'm I'm going to take care of them. So that's how it is. But it's all about people. I mean, how you treat them, and most people can see. I mean, if you are genuinely being nice to them, it's not hard. It's not hard to do sales. It's like they appreciate it. I mean, if somebody is like, "Oh, are you buying today?" And that's like, really. I mean, you. I don't even know you, and this is the first thing you want to ask me if I'm buying something from you. I mean, I I don't even I don't even know if anything about the product. You're just gonna ask me that direct question. I mean, anyway, I mean that's really wrong approach. I mean, it's like stepping on somebody's foot and then asking them, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Uh, Sales is definitely different. You have to learn to respect um, the opportunity you're given. You have to appreciate them coming to your store or dealership, and then you have to be nice to them, and then you help them. And of course, you want to manage your time. You do not want to spend um, all day with somebody and uh, be a guide. Like you're gonna help them, but you have to realize what they're trying to accomplish. I mean, you have to manage your time. You're not there for an hourly pay that you can be there and not sell a car or a computer, all that. Then that's not good. I mean, yes, you can be nice, you can all be that, but if you don't know how to manage your time and you're just spending time talking to people and not selling anything, um, or not trying to uh, uh, do your job, I mean, sales. So um, then that's not good. You could be nice, so you have to have a balance between being helpful at the same time. Do your job, or like sell things. That's your job. Help them. I mean, people don't generally come to stores to not buy. Uh, if somebody's genuinely helping them, I mean, they drove all the way to your store. I mean, they are buyers. They just need to be guided to what they're looking for. If they find what they're looking for, then they will buy. If they don't, then they're not going to buy. As simple as that. It's just, if you cannot help them find the right product to meet their needs, you're not going to sell. No, nothing to feel bad about. It's just job. You mean, but you need to manage your time. Now, if you spend all day and you you can do that, you can find what they want really, and they're just giving you circles and circles. Maybe it's best you turn them, or try to see how a experienced salesperson will be able to talk to them and see how we can close them. I mean, of course, um, if somebody is just not going to be close, that's fine. I mean, now you tried. It's not, I mean, sometimes you just don't click with somebody. No point in making an ego issue. You need to literally um, say it's all right. Um, I mean, I'm trying my best. I can't close them. Find somebody else and just turn it in. Like, half deal is better than no deal. I mean, that's a smart salesman who, I mean, no problem. I mean, not everybody's gonna like you. There are a lot of people who find things that you might not get because you're in sales. You like everybody, doesn't mean everybody else is the same way. There are things, sometimes you remind them of something, someone, uh, maybe old friend, maybe somebody who they knew, and things happen. I mean, that's okay. You're in sales. Get over it. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, they don't like you. No problem. Find somebody else. Turn them to somebody else. Sell. I mean, that's what it is. You have to be tough. This is this is a very fun job. You meet interesting people. You meet really nice people. Just be nice. Keep talking. Talk, talk, talk. You get paid to talk. You get paid to sell, and you sell by talking. So keep talking, and then when you see the numbers, you'll be very happy because it works. It definitely works. I mean, you don't have to lie to people. You don't have to say things that are not true. Stick to true. I mean, like, if you don't know something, find out. Don't make up things. I mean, what do you think? Sometimes people will like walk away from you if you try to say something that you're wrong at, and admit that you're wrong. If you realize you made a mistake or you didn't know about something, and then they correct you and say, "Oh, sorry. I mean, I didn't know about it." And how do you find that out? I mean, it's like, how do you know that that is the case? And then, you learn, and sometimes customers know more than you do. It's not a problem. It's Yeah, there are people who know more than other people. I mean, like, you always learning, you always um, have an open mind about things. Nobody knows everything. I mean, it's just, somebody thinks they know everything, then they're so wrong. I mean, there's really literally no one who knows everything. I mean, you can get me a PhD, you can get me people who are in field for life. There's no one who knows everything. Now, I've not met anybody who knows everything. So our brain is not capable of knowing everything. It just cannot know everything. So yeah, just be down to earth, be nice, be friendly, and you could be a great salesman. Thank you.